The galaxy was vast, full of countless stars and endless darkness. To most alien civilizations, Earth was just a small, insignificant blue planet. Its humans were weak, primitive, and unprepared for the power that lay ahead. They had been watched for centuries, observed quietly from distant ships. And now, something strange was happening. On the edge of the Orion cluster, in a mining station orbiting a gray asteroid, sensors picked up a sudden energy pulse. The readings were unlike anything the scientists had seen before. Instruments blinked frantically as alarms rang through the station. The miners looked up from their work, their eyes wide with confusion. Machines whirred and stopped. Even the lights flickered as if the pulse had reached out and touched every corner of the station. This isn't normal," one of the miners whispered, his voice trembling. "Where is it coming from?" The station commander shook his head. "I don't know, but it feels alive." Across the galaxy, the pulse was felt in faraway systems. Alien fleets paused in mid-flight. Communication signals broke down. Planets quaked slightly, and even stars seemed to flicker with a strange energy. No one could explain it. No one had ever felt a power like this. And back on Earth, life went on almost as if nothing had happened. Cities bustled with cars, planes, and people rushing through their routines. Children laughed in parks, while scientists in secret labs worked tirelessly on projects no one outside could imagine. Most of humanity had no idea that their planet had just flexed the power the galaxy would soon feel. Deep underground, in a hidden facility far below the Rocky Mountains, a team of scientists monitored the unusual energy. They had predicted it for years. Their eyes were calm, but their hearts raced with excitement. "It's time," said Dr. Elena Marquez, the lead scientist, her voice steady but full of anticipation. "The galaxy is about to learn that Earth is not defenseless." Her team nodded. The humans had developed weapons and technologies that the aliens could never imagine. Ships that could cloak in shadows, drones that could outsmart entire fleets, and systems capable of manipulating planetary forces themselves. All of it was hidden, secret, and ready for the first test. Meanwhile, on a distant command ship of the Andarian Empire, the largest alien fleet near Earth was watching silently. Commander Verith studied the readings with disbelief. "This is impossible," he growled. "We have scanned this planet for decades. Its defenses are weak. Its people are primitive. And yet something is different." His officers exchanged nervous glances. The pulse was small, almost like a warning, but its effect was undeniable. It had caused minor disruptions in their communications and even slowed a few of their vessels. Nothing catastrophic yet, but enough to plant seeds of fear. "They are hiding something," Verith hissed. "Prepare the fleet. I want our spies to find out what it is before it's too late." Back on Earth, the energy pulse faded, leaving no trace of its existence. To anyone walking the streets, nothing had changed. Birds sang, traffic moved, and the sun set over the oceans. But the scientists knew better. They knew that the calm was only temporary. The galaxy had begun to notice Earth, and soon someone would make a move against it. In the skies above, satellites transmitted data back to the hidden facilities. Every alien observation was recorded, analyzed, and countered. Humanity had learned to watch the watchers, to anticipate the moves of those who thought themselves stronger. And now, as the stars stretched endlessly across the night sky, Earth prepared quietly for what was coming. Among the people, there was no fear. Not yet, only a sense of purpose, a feeling that humanity was about to take its first real step into the wider galaxy. Children dreamed of flying among the stars, unaware that their parents had been preparing for war without anyone knowing. Citizens went about their lives, blissfully unaware that an invisible hand had just nudged the entire galaxy's attention toward their home. In the dark corners of space, alien fleets regrouped. The Andarians, the Zalari, the Vrathans, all began whispering of a rising force. "It's a planet," they said, "but it is not like the others. It fights back in ways we cannot see." And so, the calm continued, stretching across Earth like a fragile shield. The pulse had passed, but its message remained clear. Humanity was not as weak as the galaxy thought. Somewhere deep within the planet, the machines hummed, the weapons waited, and the minds of Earth's finest prepared for a retaliation that would shock everyone. No one could predict what would happen next. Not the aliens, not even humans themselves. But one thing was certain. When Earth acted, the galaxy would pause. All eyes would turn toward a small blue planet that had hidden its true power for too long. And the first hint of that power had already been felt. The calm was over. The storm was coming. The galaxy had begun to whisper about Earth. Alien fleets monitored its movements, trying to understand the pulse that had shaken distant colonies. But the humans did not wait for them to act. In the orbit of Mars, a small mining colony hummed with activity. Massive drills chewed through red rock, sending dust into the thin atmosphere. Inside the colony, workers laughed and joked, unaware of the danger lurking in the cold void above. High above, alien warships drifted silently. The Andarian fleet, massive and intimidating, had come to test Earth's defenses. Commander Vareth watched the screens, a cruel smile on his face. "It will be easy," he said. "Primitive humans cannot even defend a single colony. Strike fast, strike hard." The aliens fired their weapons without warning. Beams of energy tore across the sky, smashing mining equipment, crushing habitats, and sending humans diving for cover. The colony was in chaos. Screams echoed through the tunnels as alarms blared. But the aliens were unprepared for what came next. Deep within the colony, hidden for decades, Earth's automated defense systems activated. Sleek drones emerged from underground hangars. They moved faster than the eye could follow, weaving between fallen debris and countering alien attacks with precision. Energy pulses from their weapons disabled the aliens' shields one by one. The warships tried to retreat, but more drones arrived from hidden bases on Mars. Mines exploded around the alien fleet, tearing hulls apart. Vareth's eyes widened in disbelief. "Impossible," he shouted. "These humans, they fight back." Even the miners, confused but alive, saw the sudden change. Small machines rolled out from storage rooms, firing at alien drones with deadly accuracy. The humans were not alone. The planet itself seemed to fight for them. The aliens were stunned. Their strategy had relied on fear and speed. They expected weak resistance, easy victory. Instead, they faced a well-prepared defense that no one had seen coming. Ships were destroyed faster than they could react. Signals for retreat were sent, but communication lines were blocked by Earth's countermeasures. In orbit above Earth, satellites monitored the battle. Scientists in the hidden facilities exchanged glances over the data. "They didn't believe us," said Dr. Elena Marquez, her voice calm but triumphant. "They thought Earth was weak. They were wrong." Back on Mars, the battle raged for hours. Alien warships attempted to regroup, but the humans' technology kept them off balance. Drones appeared from unexpected angles, and automated turrets hidden in the mountains targeted the fleet with perfect accuracy. For every ship the aliens destroyed, Earth had already countered 2 more. Commander Vareth was desperate. He sent reinforcements, hoping to overwhelm the humans with sheer numbers. But the humans were smarter. Traps, decoys, and automated attacks made it impossible for the aliens to predict Earth's moves. Every strike they made was met with an equal, more powerful response. "This cannot be happening," Vareth whispered to himself. The Andarian Empire had never faced a planet like this. Never before had a supposedly primitive world resisted with such efficiency. And then came the final shock. Hidden beneath the Martian surface, massive cannons, long thought to be simple mining equipment, revealed their true purpose. They fired in unison, sending energy beams that disabled the remaining alien ships. Pieces of metal floated in the void, and silence fell over the battlefield. The surviving aliens fled, but the message was clear. Earth was not a planet to be underestimated. The galaxy had witnessed the first strike, and Earth had already shown its strength. Back on Earth, celebrations were quiet but profound. Humanity had survived its first major attack, but the scientists knew the real war was only beginning. "They will return," Dr. Marquez said, staring at the screen showing the retreating fleet. "And when they do, we will be ready." The miners on Mars repaired the colony, unaware that they had just been part of history. Ships would carry stories of the humans' resilience back to Earth. And far across the galaxy, alien leaders whispered in fear and disbelief. Earth had fought back, and the galaxy had taken notice. For the first time, humans were no longer seen as weak or primitive. They were a force to be reckoned with, hidden in plain sight. Somewhere in the shadows, alien spies reported the humans' technology. Plans would be made. Fleets would return. But Earth had started the game, and it would not stop. Not now. Not ever. The calm was gone. The first strike had proven a truth no alien could ignore. Humanity was dangerous, clever, and unstoppable when cornered. And the galaxy was about to learn that lesson over and over again. Earth had survived its first battle, but victory was only the beginning. The scientists in their hidden facilities knew the galaxy would not forget the human defense on Mars. The aliens would return stronger, smarter, and more ruthless. Humanity needed something greater, a weapon so powerful it could change the balance of the entire galaxy. In a facility deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, the secret weapon lay dormant. It was massive, a combination of technology and planetary science that no alien could imagine. Long cables snaked along the walls, feeding energy into a core that pulsed with a quiet, almost alive rhythm. The machine could harness the forces of the planet itself. Magnetism, gravity, seismic energy, all controlled with pinpoint precision. Dr. Elena Marquez stood before the control console, her eyes fixed on the screens. Her team worked silently, each member knowing the stakes. "This weapon," she said, "is our trump card. The aliens believe they're the strongest in the galaxy. Soon they will see the truth." Her assistant, a young scientist named Kieran, frowned. "Are we sure it's safe? Manipulating planetary forces. One wrong move, and it could destroy us as well." Dr. Marquez smiled faintly. "That is why we train for years. The calculations are precise. The planet itself will protect us. This weapon is not just technology, it is part of Earth." Meanwhile, across the galaxy, Commander Verith and his council studied the humans' defense. Every strike Earth had made was methodical, almost as if the planet itself fought back. The aliens could no longer treat humans as weak. They had underestimated Earth, and now fear had begun to spread among their fleets. "They have a hidden weapon," Verith said grimly. "We need to find it before it's too late, or the galaxy will fall into chaos." Back on Earth, the countdown had begun. The weapon would soon be tested. Scientists double-checked every parameter, their fingers moving swiftly across holographic keyboards. Outside, the cities carried on with life as usual, unaware that the fate of the galaxy was being decided beneath their feet. Dr. Marquez activated the primary systems. The core pulsed brighter, sending waves of energy through the underground facility. Monitors displayed seismic readings, magnetic flux, and gravitational measurements. Everything was stable. Everything was ready. Kieran glanced at the screens nervously. "We can't make mistakes. If the aliens attack before we finish—" "They won't," Dr. Marquez interrupted. "They cannot attack without knowing the consequences. By the time they try, it will be too late." Above the surface, satellites monitored the skies. Alien fleets were visible only through specialized sensors. Distant eyes watched Earth, curious and cautious. They had seen resistance before, but this was different. The humans were not just defending themselves. They were preparing to change the rules of the game. And then the moment arrived. With a low hum, the weapon activated fully. Energy arcs danced along the core, reaching out to the planet's crust. Sensors detected a subtle shift in the planet's magnetic field. Volcanoes, dormant for centuries, rumbled faintly in the distance. Oceans moved with imperceptible waves. The planet itself was alive, responding to command of the humans. Dr. Marquez spoke softly, almost to herself. "Earth is ready." The aliens noticed first as a ripple of energy passed through space. Ships trembled, shields flickered, and some instruments even failed entirely. Commander Verith's console blinked wildly. What is happening?" he shouted. The Andarian fleet realized too late that Earth's weapon was more than a machine. It was a planet itself. Gravity subtly shifted, pushing and pulling its ships in orbit. Electromagnetic pulses disabled engines. Waves of energy radiated outward, affecting distant colonies. The humans had unleashed something the galaxy had never seen before, a planetary weapon capable of altering entire systems. Back on Earth, the team monitored every reaction. Data streamed in from around the globe. Everything matched their predictions. The weapon worked flawlessly. "We have the advantage now," Dr. Marquez said. Her team allowed themselves a small smile, though they knew the real test was still to come. In the alien command centers, panic spread. They are not just defending, they are attacking. Vareth yelled, "Stop them. Find the source." But it was too late. The secret weapon had made Earth untouchable. For now, the humans were no longer small, weak creatures on a blue planet. They were masters of their world, and soon the galaxy would understand that underestimating humanity was the gravest mistake any civilization could make. And far above, in the silence of space, the pulse of Earth's weapon echoed outward. Ships trembled, colonies paused, and alien leaders stared at their screens in fear. The first strike had been a warning. The secret weapon was a promise. The calm was over. Humanity had revealed its strength, and the galaxy had taken notice. The first whispers had turned into screams. Across the galaxy, alien fleets were in chaos. Ships trembled in orbit, weapons misfired, and communication channels were dead. Entire colonies felt tremors, as if the stars themselves were shivering in fear. Earth's secret weapon had been activated, and its effects were unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Energy pulses radiated outward, bending space, shaking planets, and disabling fleets. No alien technology could resist it. No strategy could predict it. On the command bridge of the Andarian flagship, Commander Vareth stared at his view screens in disbelief. What is happening? How can a single planet do this? His officers scrambled. Sensors had failed. Shields flickered and dropped, and even the largest warships were struggling to maintain orbit. Panic spread like wildfire. "This is impossible," whispered one officer. "They cannot have this technology. We have monitored them for centuries. They are primitive." But Vareth knew the truth. The humans were no longer primitive. They had become something else, something powerful enough to bend entire systems to their will. Back on Earth, the scientists watched carefully. Dr. Elena Marquez monitored the planetary systems, her fingers flying across holographic controls. "The shock is spreading exactly as predicted," she said calmly. "Every alien fleet within range is destabilized. They will regroup, but not for long." In distant colonies, panic turned into chaos. Ships collided as pilots tried to regain control. Cities on alien planets lost power, lights flickered, and inhabitants stared at the sky in terror as strange energy waves passed through their atmosphere. The humans' weapon had announced itself, and its message was clear. Earth was no longer defenseless. Even the spies in the Andarian Empire began to report the truth. "Commander, their weapon. It is not just a machine," one reported in a trembling voice. "It's the planet itself. They control the forces of their world." Vareth slammed his fist against the console. "Impossible. We cannot allow this to continue. They must be stopped." But stop them? How? Every attempt to attack was met with Earth's countermeasures. Automated drones appeared from the planet's surface. Satellite networks jammed communication. The humans had prepared for every move, anticipated every strike. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, other alien species took notice. The Zalari, known for their cunning, debated whether to attack now or retreat. The Vrathans, proud warriors, refused to believe that a single planet could wield such power. Yet even they could not ignore the reports. Ships destroyed without warning, colonies shaken, fleets retreating in fear. "They are no longer weak," one Zalari counselor admitted. "We have underestimated them. We must prepare for war on a scale we have never imagined." And on Earth, the human leaders remained calm. The secret weapon had done more than just disable alien fleets. It had sent a message across the stars. Humanity was awake, aware of its strength, and ready to defend itself at any cost. Dr. Marquez turned to her team. "They are in shock. Every fleet is reacting exactly as predicted. But this is only the beginning. Soon, they will come back stronger. We must be ready for their full response." In the shadows of space, alien leaders whispered frantic plans. Fleets would be rebuilt. Advanced weapons would be deployed. Earth would face the fury of the galaxy. But humans had already anticipated it. The planet itself was a fortress, the hidden weapon a shield, and every citizen a soldier in the making. Earth had learned a lesson long ago. Survival required preparation, cunning, and strength. As energy pulses continued to ripple across the galaxy, one thing was certain. The first shock had left its mark. Alien civilizations would never again see Earth as weak or insignificant. Fear had entered the hearts of every commander, every soldier, every spy. Somewhere in the void, Vareth clenched his fists. "They will pay for this," he growled. "We will return, and next time it will be different." But Earth was ready. The secret weapon was only the start. The humans were learning, adapting, and preparing for the full war to come. Every move the aliens made, every fleet they rebuilt, every strategy they devised would be met with something stronger, smarter, and more precise. And deep underground, in control rooms where humans watched the galaxy, Dr. Marquez allowed herself a small smile. The first shock had been delivered. The galaxy had learned a lesson that would echo for centuries. Earth was no longer a planet to be ignored. The calm was gone. Fear had spread across the stars. And humanity had taken its first step toward becoming a force the galaxy could never forget. The galaxy was in chaos, but the Andarian Empire was not willing to surrender. Fleet after fleet regrouped, determined to strike Earth directly. Commander Veritha's voice echoed to flagship. "This time, we take them down. Prepare the armada. No mercy. No mistakes." Alien fleets, bristling with weapons and shields, moved toward Earth at unprecedented speed. They believed their sheer numbers would overwhelm the humans. They did not know how thoroughly the planet had prepared. On Earth, the scientists and military leaders had anticipated this. Deep underground, in massive command centers, Dr. Elena Marquez and her team studied every incoming signal. "They are coming faster than expected," Kieran said, eyes wide. "Will the defenses hold?" Dr. Marquez's fingers danced across the holographic interface. "They will. Every attack has been calculated. Earth has more tricks than they know." High above the planet, alien warships appeared, blotting out the stars. Lasers and energy beams shot across the void, striking satellites and orbital defenses. Cities below trembled at the impact of heavy bombardments. Humanity watched in tense silence, but no panic. Every strike the aliens made was anticipated and countered. From underground hangars, human fighter drones launched with precision. They zipped through debris, striking alien vessels at weak points. Automated systems targeted weapons, shields, and engines, neutralizing the fleet faster than the aliens could react. Vareth growled in frustration. "They are ready. How can this be?" The humans' genius lay in strategy. Earth's defenses were not just physical. They were psychological. The aliens were disoriented, constantly guessing, unable to predict where attacks would come from next. Decoys floated in orbit, while hidden railguns and laser turrets struck from unexpected angles. Every human maneuver was a lesson in patience, precision, and cunning. On the surface, civilian satellites and communication networks coordinated movements. Entire cities became part of the defense grid, controlling power systems to overload enemy sensors or redirect energy toward tactical strikes. Humanity itself had become a weapon. Then came the most dangerous moment. A hidden alien spy, disguised as a research drone, managed to breach one of command centers. It moved silently, transmitting data back to the approaching fleets. Dr. Marquez noticed the anomaly instantly. "We have a breach," she said calmly. "Initiate containment protocols." Robotic sentries activated, trapping the spy and severing its communications. Within seconds, it was neutralized. The humans had foreseen even this possibility. Meanwhile, the aliens intensified their attack, hoping sheer firepower would break the defenses. Entire orbital stations were destroyed and energy waves shook the planet. Yet, for every strike, the humans had a counter. For every tactic, they had a trap. Every retreating alien ship left a trail of disabled vessels behind. "This is a turning point," Dr. Marquez told her team. "They will realize brute force will not work. We must be ready for their next move." As predicted, alien leadership panicked. Commander Vareth called for a retreat of the surviving ships, desperate to regroup and rethink their strategy. But humans were already planning the next phase. The secret weapon had proven its power, but now they would use strategy and intelligence to finish the job. Earth was not just defending. It was teaching the galaxy a lesson in patience, cunning, and resilience. And as the alien fleet scattered, retreating into the void, humans cheered silently in underground command centers. The battle had been dangerous, but humanity had emerged stronger, smarter, and more united. Veritha's voice came through on encrypted channels, full of rage and disbelief. "This is not over, humans. We will return. And next time we will not fail." But Earth was ready. The planet itself, the secret weapon, and the minds of humanity were all aligned. The turning point had arrived, and the galaxy now knew one undeniable truth. Humans were no longer a weak species to be conquered. They were strategists, warriors, and survivors, ready for whatever came next. Above the cities, satellites returned to normal operation. Humans went about their lives, unaware of the war waging above them. They trusted their planet, their technology, and their leaders. And deep underground, Dr. Marquez looked at the screens, her eyes sharp with focus. "The war is not over," she said softly. "But Earth has turned the tide. The aliens will think twice before challenging us again." The first direct invasion had been repelled. Humanity had proven it could survive against overwhelming odds. And now, as Earth prepared for the inevitable next strike, one thing was certain. The galaxy had underestimated humans at its own peril. The battle was far from finished. But the turning point had come, and humanity would never be the same again. The galaxy was on edge. Alien leaders across multiple empires had finally realized that Earth was no ordinary planet. It was a fortress, a weapon, and a home to a species they had underestimated for centuries. Commander Verith, furious and desperate, gathered his strongest armada. Thousands of warships, bristling with weapons and shields, moved toward Earth with single goal: total annihilation. "This time, there will be no mistakes," Verith hissed. "We destroy the humans, or the galaxy will see them rise as rulers. Every ship must fight perfectly. Every fleet must act as one." But Earth was ready. Underground, Dr. Elena Marquez and her team monitored the incoming invasion. Satellites and orbital defenses hummed to life. Every city, every base, and every weapon system had been prepared for this moment. They brought everything, Kieran said, eyes wide as the sensors displayed the approaching armada. "Can we hold them?" Dr. Marquez's calm smile never wavered. "We won't just hold them. We will defeat them." High above the surface, the first waves of alien ships appeared, blotting out the stars. Energy beams and missiles streaked toward Earth, shaking cities and space stations. The humans' automated defenses activated instantly. Drones swarmed, intercepting missiles. Orbital railguns fired with deadly precision, striking alien warships before they could reach the planet. On the Andarian flagship, Varys shouted in disbelief. How is this possible? Their defenses, everywhere, perfectly coordinated. The humans had not only prepared machines, they had turned the planet into a weapon. Satellites manipulated gravity fields to slow enemy ships. Energy pulses from the secret weapon disrupted alien shields. Automated drones struck like lightning, disappearing before the aliens could respond. Meanwhile, in the chaos, a small fleet attempted a sneak attack. Cloaked ships moved toward the weapon's core, hoping to destroy it and turn the battle in the aliens' favor. But humans had predicted it. Electromagnetic nets trapped the ships. Robotic interceptors destroyed them silently. The aliens had learned too late. Earth was always 3 steps ahead. Across the planet, humans were united. Soldiers, scientists, and civilians contributed in ways the aliens could not understand. Cities provided data and tactical support. Every human action was a part of the defense network. The planet itself seemed alive, responding to the humans' commands. Veritha's fleet faltered under constant attacks. Ships collided, weapons misfired, and the strongest vessels were disabled one by one. The aliens realized an impossible truth. Earth could not be taken by force. Desperation set in. Verith ordered a direct strike on the secret weapon. Massive energy cannons fired simultaneously, striking the ground near the weapon's core. But the planet responded. Magnetic fields shifted, redirecting the energy back at the attacking ships. Drones attacked from all directions, targeting weak points. In the chaos, alien vessels exploded in a spectacular display of light and fire. From underground, Dr. Marquez watched the results calmly. They thought they could overwhelm us with force, she said softly. But force alone is useless against a prepared mind and a united planet. The alien armada began to retreat, battered and broken. Veritha's voice came through on a last channel, full of rage and disbelief. This is not the end. We will return, and when we do, Earth will burn. But humanity had won the day. The aliens had learned the truth they could not ignore. Earth was no longer weak. It was a planet united, a species clever and powerful, and a force that could not be defeated by sheer numbers. Above the planet, the skies cleared. Satellites returned to normal operation. Humans emerged from shelters, unaware of the full scale of the battle, but feeling the calm and quiet of victory. The cities glimmered under a peaceful sunset. Life had returned, but Earth was forever changed. Deep underground, Dr. Marquez turned to her team. The galaxy has seen our strength, she said. They will respect us now, or fear us. Either way, humanity will never be underestimated again. And far across the stars, alien fleets limped back to their systems, carrying stories of a planet that had fought back, that had resisted the strongest armies in the galaxy, and that had survived. Humanity had proven itself. The last stand had been won, but the war for respect, for survival, and for humanity's place among the stars was only beginning. Earth was no longer just a planet. It was a symbol, a warning to every civilization that had ever doubted the humans. The calm after the storm was quiet, but it spoke louder than words. The galaxy had been shaken, and humanity had emerged stronger than ever. The galaxy was quiet, too quiet. For weeks, alien fleets had retreated, licking their wounds and rethinking their strategies. Every civilization had received reports of Earth's defenses, its secret weapon, and its unstoppable drones. The Andarian Empire, the Zalari, the Vrathans, they all whispered in fear. But humanity did not wait. The first strike, the secret weapon, the turning points, they had been warnings. Now, it was time for Earth to make its message unmistakable. Deep underground, Dr. Elena Marquez activated the planet's ultimate system. The secret weapon had more power than anyone had realized. It could manipulate gravity, magnetism, seismic energy, and even the subtle currents of the sun's radiation. It could freeze fleets mid-space, disable entire colonies, and make planets tremble without touching a single human. This is it, Dr. Marquez said. Her team stood silently, awed by the raw energy flowing from the core. The galaxy will see what humanity can do. Above Earth, sensors detected incoming fleets, not large enough to challenge Earth now, but brave enough to test the planet. Alien leaders wanted to see if Earth's victories were real. They were about to find out. With a low hum, the weapon activated. Waves of energy radiated outward, invisible at first. Alien fleets slowed as instruments failed. Shields flickered, engines shut down, and ships drifted helplessly. Entire fleets froze mid-space, powerless against a force they could neither see nor counter. Across the galaxy, the effect was immediate. Communication signals froze. Colonies paused. Cities went dark as energy systems hiccuped. Alien leaders stared at their screens in horror. What is happening? Commander Verith whispered. They've stopped us without firing a single shot. Every alien fleet in range was immobilized. Even the bravest ships could not move. Pilots screamed, alarms blared, but nothing could break the paralysis. Humanity had reached a level of power the galaxy could not ignore. On Earth, the team monitored the situation carefully. It is working perfectly, Dr. Marquez said. Every fleet, every colony, every system within range is immobilized. We have full control. And then, Earth made its presence undeniable. The planet pulsed visibly in energy, bright enough to be seen across space. Oceans glimmered. Storms swirled with precise patterns, and the planet's magnetic field sent ripples through the void. Alien civilizations were stunned. They could not fathom that a small, seemingly primitive planet could wield such immense power. Every species, every empire, every fleet realized the same truth at the same time. Earth was not to be challenged. Verith, powerless in orbit, could only watch as the humans demonstrated their dominance. How can this be? They're only humans, he shouted. Dr. Marquez smiled, though she remained focused. They underestimated us, she said. They thought strength was only weapons and numbers. They never understood the humans, clever, united, and fearless. The galaxy stood in stillness. Entire fleets immobilized. Leaders paralyzed. Colonies quiet. For the first time in history, all eyes turned toward a single planet. And Earth did not strike further. This was not vengeance. This was a warning. A demonstration of power. A message that humanity would not be conquered, controlled, or ignored. From the surface, people looked up at the night sky, unaware of the cosmic event above. The stars were the same, the moon glimmered, and life continued. But above, in the silent void, the frozen fleet spoke a clear truth. Underestimate humans at your own peril. In the hidden command centers, Dr. Marquez turned to her team. We have sent the message. The galaxy knows who we are. Humanity has survived, defended, and commanded respect. And we will continue to do so. Somewhere, deep in the Andarian Empire, Commander Verith finally accepted it. Earth had won. Humanity had claimed its place in the galaxy. Not through aggression, but through preparation, intelligence, and unity. The stillness lingered for a long time. Entire civilizations paused to comprehend what had just happened. Then, slowly, alien fleets retreated further, spreading the story across the stars. Earth's retaliation had been so brutal, so precise, that no one would dare challenge again anytime soon. The humans on the planet below carried on with their lives, unaware of the galactic silence. But the planet itself had changed. Humans had proven their cleverness, resilience, and power. They had become a force the galaxy would never forget. The calm after the storm was absolute, but Earth knew it could strike again if necessary. The message had been delivered. Humanity was no longer a small, weak species. It was a master of its world, and now the galaxy knew it. And somewhere deep in space, across countless civilizations, the thought echoed in every mind. Never underestimate Earth. The galaxy had paused. Humanity had risen. And the era of the humans had begun. The galaxy had paused, but it would not remain silent for long. Across distant star systems, alien civilizations whispered of Earth's retaliation. The Andarian Empire, though weakened, began to rebuild its fleets. The Zalari and Vrathan studied human tactics, trying to understand how a single species could command the forces of an entire planet. Commander Verith, humiliated yet determined, swore vengeance. We underestimated them once, he said, his voice hard with fury. We will not make the same mistake again. Earth will fall eventually. But Earth was ready. Humanity had learned from every battle, every strike, every alien attempt to conquer. The planet had changed. Technology was advanced, defenses impenetrable, and the human spirit stronger than ever. In hidden command centers, Dr. Elena Marquez studied the stars. The secret weapon, now fully integrated with Earth systems, pulsed with quiet energy. They will return, she said. But the galaxy has learned something important. Humanity will not be an easy target ever again. The humans had grown beyond mere survival. They had become strategists, guardians of their world, and a force that could shape galactic events without firing a single shot. Satellites and orbital drones moved silently across Earth's skies, monitoring signals from distant systems. Every threat could now be detected and countered before it reached the planet. On Mars, mining colonies have been rebuilt stronger than before, equipped with hidden defenses. Humans worked alongside machines, creating networks that spanned the inner planets. Each city, each base, each station became a node in a planetary defense system, ready for anything the galaxy could throw at them. And yet, there was curiosity beyond Earth. Some alien civilizations began sending small exploratory missions, not to attack, but to study humans. They wanted to understand the species that had frozen entire fleets with a single strike. Reports from scouts told stories of intelligence, unity, and adaptability unlike anything in the galaxy. Even Commander Verith, forced to retreat to his home system, began to respect the humans' cunning. "They are not just survivors," he muttered. "They are something else, a challenge the galaxy has never faced before." Back on Earth, the people remained largely unaware of the galactic attention they now commanded. Life went on. Children played in parks, scientists worked in labs, and cities thrived under protective shadow of the planet's defenses. But beneath it all, humanity had awakened a new reality. The galaxy had learned that Earth could not be ignored. Dr. Marquez looked out at the night sky from a quiet observation deck. Stars stretched endlessly above, countless worlds teeming with life. "The galaxy has been awakened," she said softly, "and it will never be the same again. We have survived. We have defended. And soon we will shape the future." Her team nodded, understanding the weight of the moment. Humans had shown that strategy, intelligence, and unity could triumph over brute force. They had sent a message that echoed across the stars. Humanity would not be conquered, underestimated, or ignored. As the first exploratory alien ships cautiously approached Earth's borders, scanning from afar, one thing was clear. The era of the humans had begun. The galaxy had been shaken, its balance disrupted, and its civilizations forced to reconsider what it meant to confront Earth. Somewhere in the shadows of deep space, old enemies whispered, "They are no longer a planet. They are a force. We must watch them carefully." On the surface, humans continued to live their ordinary lives, unaware of the cosmic attention they had drawn. But the planet itself seemed alive, alert, and ready. Every human, every machine, every hidden weapon was connected, forming a shield against any threat that dared rise. The calm after the storm had ended. The galaxy had awakened, and Earth, small but mighty, had sent a single undeniable truth. Humanity had arrived. The stars shimmered above, silent witnesses to the rise of a species the galaxy would never forget. And somewhere, deep in the void, civilizations began to prepare, wondering what humanity would do next. The war may have been paused, but the story had only just begun.